Hello, so it's Chinese New Year week here in Shanghai. The roads are relatively empty. I'm on my e-scooter and we, together with William in the back there, are going down south to get the south ferry across the Huangpu to see if the cycle track on the East Bund has been extended further south from where it was when we took it about a year ago, about 9 months ago. Okay, so we are going to go south, kind of past where the Longhua pagoda and temple are, but then on down to what is called the West Bund. It's really kind of like the South Bund, where there's a climbing wall, etc. Yeah, e-bikes are quite a convenient way to get around Shanghai. They're faster than cars, you know, pretty cheap, but of course a little bit dangerous. And here we are on the riverside. This is one of the many art museums we have here. That one's called Yuz. It's currently closed because of the New Year week. So what we have here is this cycle track, and we have the river over there. We should have William coming up behind. There is another art museum, that's the West Bund Museum. There's this place here which is called the Shanghai Centre of Photography, but I never see it actually open. Otherwise I would go there. And then we've got some more developments. This is kind of an area that's being developed for AI work. And then there's another one, that's the West Bund Art Centre as well. Whether that's linked to the other one on the other side of the street, I don't know. There obviously used to be quite a lot of industry here, so these are old, I'm gonna guess, oil tankers there. Those have been converted into art spaces as well. And then up ahead, this kind of dome-shaped thing that you can see in the distance used to be, I think, a concrete deposit place, I guess, for when the boats would come along and take the raw materials away. Funny. And here is where we have a Rolls-Royce shop and Lamborghini right next to Hamburger University. So I guess that's where the city's McDonald's training is done. And then along this bit of the riverside, I hope you can hear me over the wind noise, by the way. This bit, you've got these various little parks that are quite nice. Now that's new to me, so it looks like they've opened up a sports centre. Yes, carry on. Oh, okay. They stopped to have a look at the badminton rackets. When the Shanghai Marathon is going on, they definitely run along the waterside here. Now we have another bridge. Ubiquitous coffee shops. There's Starbucks, Manor, Domino's, and here we are coming up on the ferry station. I do hope the ferries are running in New Year. It's a bit of a stylized building, this one, so we'll cross over. I don't see any hire bikes, oh dear. Now there's a few there. Ah, this is new as well. That's a new construction. It's another sports centre, I think. Let's be careful as we cross the road. Now we'll pick up one of the hire bikes here because they're very few on the other side of the river. Great, there's a couple there. Right, so there we are at the Gangkou pier for the ferries. I think I've shown you getting a hire bike before. This is an Alipay bike. It's got a little QR code there. Best thing to do is have a little check of the bike, especially the chain. That looks good. Looks like a relatively new one. So you get the app. There you go, it's scanned, it picked it up already, and then you just simply say yes. Now these modern ones, that talks to you. These modern ones don't even have locks now, so I guess they just track if they're being taken without being paid for. Now what we do is get on the ferry. So this is all quite easy as well. You just simply use the Metro card. On here it costs a little bit more if you're taking a bike. I think it's usually 2 for a person, and I think 2.8 for a bike. Let me just hop on. Poor old William's got to walk. Actually, this is... I almost had a problem with my brakes then, because I'm holding a camera and my cards. Come on, William! Sorry, William, I'll put you on the bike in a minute. We just need to get to the ferry. You are faster than me. Shupudachao is that bridge, William. I had to look it up on the map to remind myself. Yes, so Shupudachao, Dachao, big bridge. Here comes the ferry.
Very long bridge.
It is a very long bridge, William. It's to help the traffic get over the river. So there's the other people getting off. Not many. Oh, yeah, there's a few. That's very noisy. What's he waiting for? There's some other cyclists. All going over for the cycle track. So almost all the ferries here in Shanghai are the same. We've got this area downstairs for bikes and bicycles, and then you go up some steps, and then you've got some inside seating and some outside seating. So there's the ferry terminal. We don't have the excitement of somebody trying to race down to get it. Shame. So that's the Huangpu west side, east side. The cycle track goes all the way along here. I've done it before with William in 2 halves, and I'll put a link or 2 up there. Very little river traffic at the moment. This boy has my wife's birthday number on it, and thankfully I remembered. Whoo-wee. Okay, so here we are. It's a quick crossing. It only takes a few minutes. Here we are coming in already. So what we need to do is to go downstairs and get our bikes, which have been unlocked, so nobody would take them. Snazzy shark hat, William. Here we go, we've got William in the bike basket. I don't know how legal that is. And there we have the other people getting on. And there's the little ferry station at this side.
Where's Mommy?
Quite a small one. She's up ahead, don't worry, we'll catch her up. And there are some hire bikes this side, but it's always worth picking up one just in case, and they look a little bit older. So what we're doing is we're going to go this way and see if the cycle path has been extended from where it was last year. If it hasn't been extended, we'll only be able to cycle about maybe 1.5 kilometers. It's all quite well kept. You can see you've got these various gardens here. You okay, William?
Yeah.
We've got some bumps coming. Boop, boop. There's some more of the park. Here we go, down to the left. Cycle goes left, jogging goes right just here. Sorry, William.
Wow.
Bomb, bomb. Oh, cyclist coming the other way. Watch it. Oh, some blossoms coming up.
What's
That's early. Blossom is when the trees' flowers come out, and they're hoping for the bees to pollinate them, and then you get some fruit. Sorry, here we go again. Boom, boom. Now, one of the things that we have along the cycle path are these little stations. I don't know, there's about 20 of them over. Let's see, what number is that? Number 22. There's one about every kilometre and a half. I think the whole path is about 25 kilometres at the moment. I think that's right. It's supposed to be 40 or something when it's finished. I think it has been extended. The wall was around here somewhere. This is definitely new. 22k. So we're going underneath the bridge now. To me at least, this is new stuff. Careful of the cyclists coming the other way. You get some people properly going for it, of course. Not like us. Great, so it was worth coming down. Now this might have been open for a long time, but good for us. And what Shanghai has done is kept a few of the old dock cranes. There's some working docks over there. Question now, William, is how long does it go for? Because it could be a long way. The largest boat we've seen on the river today. There's some of the old warehouses they've kept up as well. Yes, can do.
That's fun for kids. Oh my
Oh, it's perfect.
Oh, yo.
Look, we've got a crane for Daddy to look at, we've got a bit of grass maybe to sit on, and some things for William to play on. Look at that. Yes, we're going to stop here. Colourful. You find a climbing frame, William?
Yeah, I find it.
And we've got a pet park for the dogs as well. There's a bit of a sand pit, some climbing stuff. There's William. There we go. And then a little roundabout. There we go, picnic. Oh, look at that.
那就快点走啊。
我理解，知道吧？别说是这春节，你就平时大家出来都是开心带孩子来玩的。
因为你们又没有标示说这里不能野餐什么，如果你们有明确的标示，那我们就不会把地毯铺在这里。
没事，我跟你讲一些。
One of the issues we sometimes have with these developments is security staff coming along and telling you to leave the grass, and there's no actual rules here saying don't camp on the grass. Some parks do have the rules, and some parks don't. You know, Zhongshan Park, the zoo, absolutely fine to stay on the grass. Some other ones say specifically don't, and here there are no indications to say it's not allowed, but security guys will come along and say please leave the grass anyway, so you have to debate a little bit. The guy wasn't too bad, by the way. He went down the path of, oh, you know, please help me out, you know, if you don't leave the grass then I'll be in trouble with somebody else. Di-da. So he wasn't aggressive in any way. We're going to be moving on down the path anyway. We kind of said, just give us 5 minutes, and that all worked out. And here are some partners in crime. They put up a couple of tents on the grass and have been told to move. How dare they? It's a shame. I mean, this is absolutely fine. It's kind of interesting that they incorporate the old cranes and warehouses kind of into the overall scenery. It's not a bad aesthetic. What's that, William? That's a really convenient pet park, look, so the dogs can have some fun. Got some things to run over, etc. Okay, so that's the little park there done, and we carry on south, see how far it goes. We have no idea, actually. It could go for quite some time. William, are you okay?
Yeah.
Good. You enjoying the weather?
Yeah.
This is a long path. Look at that, dead straight for what, about 500 meters. We found the end. So that's the end of the cycle track. Here's the wall and the characters we have here. Don Ang Nan Chang. It's literally don't hit into a wall, or possibly also translated as, you know, keep going until you do hit the wall. Anyway, here we are. The pathway does continue. It seems that they are continuing to develop further on. You can see from here it looks like they will continue as well. I quite like the various prohibits, especially the no square dancing. Okay, William, are you ready to go back?
Yeah.
So we found the end.
Yes.
And it wasn't too far. That got us about halfway to the next ferry. I think we did about, not that far, we only did about 3 or 4 kilometers, but we got halfway to the next ferry. So hopefully they'll extend the pathway to the point where we can actually take the other ferry on the way back, which might pose a problem getting to our e-bikes, but we can always take another rental bike or a taxi. There's the park that we stopped. Child garden. Of course the security guard is still there, it's his job. Right, so we are going underneath, was it Shupu Dachao?
Yes.
This is quite a nice area as well, and we've certainly sat on that little hill with no issues from the security guys. Back over this bridge. Okay. Oh, that's for the people coming off. Right. So we parked the bikes there. Come on, William. Now, something that's a little bit silly is that that area there is not designated a place that you can leave hire bikes, even though it's super useful for everybody on the ferry. What the app was saying is, please move the bike into a allowed parking zone. But what it did was fine me. I think it fined me 10 RMB to leave it there, which is a bit unfortunate. Okay, actually it only costs 1 RMB to use the ferry.
2, but we transfer.
Because we are taking the ferry back, I think what's happened there is, because we used the ferry within a certain time slot, it only charged us 1. People have often commented in the comments on my videos about these rules that I don't quite understand, but if you do use public transport in Shanghai a lot, you actually get a lower rate. We are super lucky with the ferry. It just arrived. So here we are getting on. Come on, William, on you get. Right. And here we go. Off again. Going back to the west. What's that fast boat, William? It's the police. Are they after you because you sat on the grass?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you worried?
No. He's not showing me.
Right, say bye-bye to the ferry.
带来自吗？
And the good news is we still have our bikes and our crash helmets. This is something you can do in China. Just leave your crash helmet on the bike. Nobody will ever take it. Okay, so there's the ferry terminal and we are back off on the e-bikes back home by way possibly of Longhua Pagoda. Okay, boo-boo! So this is the AI area, as I mentioned, and we are turning on to what used to be the Longhua runway. So this is a very long and straight road because it was the runway. I'm not totally sure, but I think that used to be the old control tower for the airport, and it's kind of got incorporated into this old hotel behind those trees over there, which has long since closed. But you know, there's still some remnants. That was probably the terminal for the airport. Here we are back at Longhua Temple. It's still the Chinese New Year season. It's probably the right thing to do to pop in, get a bowl of noodles. Here we are going into Longhua Temple again. There's the dragon installed, the sun behind it. Not as busy today, but certainly busier than usual. That's the Shanghai football stadium. Right, I hope you enjoyed that. A little bit of cycling and e-bikes and a ferry around South Shanghai in the Chinese New Year week. Anyway, join me on the next one. Bye-bye.